Do you even 80s? Do you even 80s, bro?
I ain't 80s. Do you 80s?
I 80s. You know what I 80s, Chris? Toys. Hi, it's time. We're doing it.
It's time. I thought I was gonna sing a song.
No,
I wasn't
you
gonna
said
sing a
something.
song. No, I have.
Okay.
I need you to, but I need you to vamp, talk to everyone, say hello.
Oh, because you messed up.
No, I didn't mess up. I just gotta grab something.
Oh,
so
he's gonna grab
just
something. Okay.
Gonna go over
All right.
here.
So, look, no, I'm calling him out. Look at him. Look at him.
What? Oh. Listen, everything is copacetic.
So, we're here again for another day of Do You Even 80s, bro? And we
Ken,
love it. And we love.
There
we
comes
love
a time. There comes a time in a young man's life
Yeah.
when you had toys.
Toys from the 80s, Chris.
There comes a time in a young lad's young life when he has toy. Oh Jesus!
Did I get you?
You did.
Did I get you again?
I don't know. I'm busy doing something here. All right. So the thing is, we're doing. Listen, we're doing a classic blend. Okay. We're doing a classic blend. What that is we each have chosen randomly a toy from the 80s, 80 Shade Universe. He has one, I have one. We don't know what each other has, but we're going to show each other. We're going to talk about them, and then what are we doing?
We are pitching an idea for a new toy based off of these.
Boom.
That's how it works. So
Ken's correct.
that's how we're doing it. So well, without further ado.
Without further aplomb.
Further aplomb, Chris.
What do you got?
Check it.
Diakron? Diakron. That was the original Transformers.
Original Transformers brought over from Japan. Yes, we'll go into that a little bit more, but it was the U.S. version of Diaclone.
Diaclone? That's right.
Diaclone was Japan and a little bit of like Germany.
Okay,
and
right.
But Diakron was the U.S. entry.
Bloody hell. Okay.
So bring it. What do you
All
have?
right. I, my friend, have a board game called Don't Wake Daddy.
Don't Wake Daddy.
Don't Wake Daddy.
Right. I do recall. I remember that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I won't.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you
All
why
right.
not to. All right, so let's go. What do you got, man?
All right, so Diakron. Let's give you a little bit of history, all right? There was a line. We're not going to talk about Microman. Microman was something that predated Transformers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this
that
is... Yeah,
Microman as long as Diaclone. Yeah. I just wanted to mention it because we're getting to it a little bit. Diaclone was released in Japan in 1980. It was brought over to the United States in 1983. All right? 1983, it comes over to the United States. It was rebranded as Diakron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was little.
Any reason why?
Creatures? No. It was like not creatures, but like beings or mechanical beings that would go on secret spy missions and can magically transform into other objects.
Oh, magically.
Mostly vehicles.
Right. Yeah.
Because there honestly were like 7.
Yeah.
Before the line. Not
Went
collapsed,
away.
but
Right,
there was
yeah.
something else that happened.
Okay.
So.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So Diaclone Japan 1980, Diacron US in 1983, Hasbro by Takara, mind you.
Okay.
All made by Takara. Takara and Hasbro had a deal. In 1984, Hasbro would bring the Diaclone and Microman line over as Transformers.
Right.
They would license the vehicles, blah, 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 all that stuff. It was so successful that in 1985, Takara rebranded Diaclone and Microman and took the Transformers moniker.
Right.
So instead of just generic Optimus Prime, generic red Sunstreaker, which you can see in the main picture, down here, you got yellow Sunstreaker, real Sunstreaker, right, and this dude's name was DK1, right, Diaclone 1. Mm-hmm. There was also black Ironhide, right? Ironhide is red in Transformers. This was a black one that was DK2, and then there was blue Trailbreaker. Trailbreaker was black,
right,
in Transformers, and that was DK3. There were also 3 Power Dashers, which, interestingly enough, they were called Dashers in the Diaclone line. In Diacron, they were called Power Dashers. When Transformers came out, they were mail order. Remember, there was like a little airplane that had its like the arms folded together in the front and everything. They were
Okay.
like cheaper little pullback versions.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
also
yeah.
a cone, a drill,
Yeah,
and stuff like
I
that.
remember that.
And they were also called. They took the name from Diakron and called them Power Dashers and G1 Transformers. But then there was another little robot, like a combiner kind of thing that never got released.
Okay.
In the United States.
So
Anyway.
it's a
So,
sordid history.
It's a sordid history. We're kind of limited to,
Just this Diakron.
Let me tell you a little story about Red Sunstreaker. All right, 2nd grade, me.
Okay.
I got Sunstreaker, and we can do a little demonstration here. Right, you're gonna see me behind this guy.
Okay.
Because over in this area,
I'm showing you. Okay, you're gonna pick them up.
Sunstreaker.
Okay. You can put it on my camera. It's on my camera.
There you go. Here you go. Hold
Yeah,
this.
I'll hold little Sunstreaker.
And then
His butt came out.
Here.
Little butt came out. All right, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
His wings are off here. All right, so here, take
These broken wings.
Take. Oh, look at this.
Take
So apparently something happened to
these
poor
broken
Thundercracker.
wings.
Something happened to Thundercracker.
Something happened to
His wings
Thundercracker.
fell off, man.
Broken wings.
Thought we had other
man.
wings. Anyway, so here's little me in
Okay.
2nd grade.
Little
How
you.
old are you in 2nd grade? 5, 6, 7? 7 years
yeah.
old, about
7
right?
years old, right?
All right, so yeah, he's missing his little wing here. It's someplace over there. I really don't care. But this little dude and this little dude. All right, they had a lot of pieces, man. Like his fists had to plug in.
That's
and
right.
everything like that.
Yeah.
So I got this in the summer before I went into 2nd grade. So the summer between 1st and 2nd grade.
Right.
I remember that. I don't recall when I don't know which one of these I got first. This is my original Thundercracker. My original Sunstreaker broke. This was one that I had to mail away for with those like robot points.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
At a time, there was
yeah.
a time where you could like get them.
Collect all the
do that
they're
stuff.
from Hasbro.
So that's what this is. This is the second one, but they're both originals. All right. This is the oldest Transformer I own because it's still G1. Thundercracker. All right. I don't remember which one I got first. I don't recall. So to me, they both are. I have an Autobot and Decepticon. All right. So I'm going to tell you, I talked to this guy in 2nd grade. This kid in 2nd grade, and I was like, "Hey, I got Sunstreaker," and he's like, "I don't know how I came up with the colors, but somehow he had his maybe in school, and he had the red. This
Right,
guy,
Yeah.
okay, and he's like, this is a real. I'm like, I got a Transformer, and he's like, oh yeah, mine's the original or something like that. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, this like Sunstreaker, is yellow. And he brought it into school. I don't know if he had it that day or if he brought it in the next day to show me. But he had this.
Yeah, the
I keep pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
He had the Diakron,
Right.
the red Sunstreaker. And I was like, that's weak because it's like, as I'm a kid, I'm like, it's a knockoff.
Yeah,
Plain and
yeah.
simple. It's a
you think
knockoff.
it's a
You don't have the
knockoff.
real deal. I have the Autobots, all that stuff.
Meanwhile, the Transformers are the knockoff.
Meanwhile,
Well-
the Transformers were, they came after.
Yeah.
And just think about how much. Like, this probably isn't worth as much as his is
Probably,
today, but I
right.
guarantee he doesn't still have it.
Yeah.
If you do and you're watching, sell it to me.
All right,
But
great.
anyway, so it's just an interesting little thing because I didn't know before I did the research on this. I always thought that he had a
Don't you-
Diaclone from Japan or something like that,
Oh.
or he did have a knockoff.
Right, yeah.
And as I'm researching this, I look and I'm like, there were only 3 real Autobots that were released in this line.
Yeah.
Aside from Ironhide Trailbreaker and Red Sunstreaker.
Yeah, true.
And it kind of clicked for me all these years later.
Oh, you're like, that
and I'm
is
like,
it,
oh
yeah.
my gosh, he
Okay.
legit had a Diakron.
All right. So, all right. But you remember, you watched the Transformers, the toys that made us or something, right?
Yeah.
And remember all that?
Oh,
they went through all that. They went through all that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, anyway.
Just strange, but whatever.
Very strange. It's a storied past, the Transformers.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It was a good synchronization of events. And
I think I like it a lot. But we
contracts
got to
that
move
led to what
forward.
we got. Yeah,
we got to
so
move
let's
forward.
move
Let's
on.
get to Don't Wake Daddy. Don't Wake Daddy 1992, Milton Bradley.
Okay.
This game, 2 to 4 players. I don't have anything else to show you. It is what it is. It's 2 to 4 players. It's a game board, and along the daddy's in the
Snoring
middle.
dad. What, I'm
Daddy's
sleeping
in the
on the
middle.
couch watching a football game. Let me guess.
No, he's in his bed with a little cap
right.
on his head.
All right.
And he has a little
Cap
alarm
on.
clock next to him. with a
Oh,
snooze
really?
button.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
it's like Saturday morning.
And the whole object of the game is you sneak out of your room, which is like if I'm looking at the board here, it's up top here.
Okay.
You got to sneak around Daddy into the kitchen to get a snack.
Huh.
Okay, and you had you had a card for your player. So let's say you were red and I was yellow, and there was a spinner, and that's how you moved. And all the spots on the board had colors: red, blue, green, red, yellow, whatever. I don't know. And on those boards were noises, dog barking, you stepped on a doll, every space had a noise. And if your color didn't match, if you spun a red and you landed on a red and you had a red card, you didn't make that noise. But say I had a yellow and I landed on a red, that's going to be whatever noise. And those spots had numbers. So if my red spot had a number 3, I got to press that snooze button on the alarm clock 3 times. And there's a chance that he would wake up. And if he didn't wake up, then I'm good. If he did wake up, then I have to go back to the start.
Interesting.
And that's basically it. So you spin a spinner, you move. If you have to, you see the number on the space, press the button that many times.
Simple
and if he doesn't wake up, or when he did wake up, he popped up and his hat flew off.
All right. So, So right off the bat, who made it?
Milton Bradley.
Milton Bradley. Okay.
So we're doing a Don't Wake the Diakron.
Well, yes, but I was gonna say maybe don't transform the Diakron. Like maybe he's in a robot form, like Red Sunstreaker's sitting there in robot form,
and you have to.
You don't want to turn him into a robot.
No, you got to sneak because he's gonna get you. Gotcha.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yes. And so the little machine. Let's just say it's the car.
Yeah.
The little car's sitting there, but when it popped up, it was all hinged, and when it popped up, it was a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very easy. Yeah, that's very good. No, I like that.
Right. That's a cool thing. Simple concept.
Yeah.
So
same thing.
Don't wake the Diakron.
Don't wake the Diakron.
Don't wake DK1.
I was gonna say
Diakron 1.
Yeah.
DK1. Oh.
No, I guess Diakron.
It was literally just the Red Sunstreaker, man.
Can we come up with anything else?
No, I think Don't Wake the Diakron.
Okay,
is perfect.
same thing.
Because
but
it's bringing it back. Because in 2015, Takara kind of came out with I don't know, it was a Toy Fair or Comic Con or something like that.
Yeah.
They were gonna start Diaclones again. Like coming out with, like kind of like the Masterpiece Transformers that they come out with. Yeah. They come out with some like the old colors.
Oh right, like Master. They wanted to come out with like Masterpiece Diaclone.
Yeah.
Or Diaclone, whatever.
Yeah, to do that stuff. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: we're gonna need something else, because in the original game you had noises and numbers that would make you have to press the button. So what is it that we're pressing or doing that's gonna trigger waking the Diakron? That's what we have to figure out.
It would be
what is next to him? A barrel? Like what do you have to press? Obviously, the snooze button on an alarm clock makes perfect sense for Don't Wake Daddy. But what do we do for that? A gun? Maybe like it presses gun or his horn or something.
They were, a lot of this stuff you can't kind of unsee the Transformers-ness of Diakron. You can't. So I'm not gonna say there's gonna be Decepticons or anything like that, but I feel like there should be like an adversary that is either trying to break, because that's the whole thing, is that they fought, right? They fought, and they went on secret missions and stuff like that. So what else can we do with like secret missions?
Computer. There's a little computer next to him.
There's a little computer. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little computer next to him. Oh, are we trying? So what? All right. So what's the goal of our game? We're sneaking past him for what reason? Are we trying to steal intel? We're humans trying to steal intel. Yeah.
Humans trying
about
to
the
steal
Diakron.
Yeah.
There's a little story in there, since they are little.
Yeah, because they're supposed to hide, and they're supposed to be like able to blend in.
But what are we doing? Are we?
We're trying to.
Are we Diakron? Oh, that was just the name of the line.
Yeah.
What were the bad guys named?
I don't think they really had that.
No.
No.
Okay, because I was going to say. So let's just say this was Transformers.
It wasn't really fleshed out that much.
Okay, what I'm saying
is kind of they were just on secret missions or secret agents.
Right.
Or whatever.
So my point is, if this was Autobots and Decepticons, Don't Wake the Decepticon, where Autobots trying to sneak past.
It would be interesting, but it's
now
unfortunately we're limited to the pre-Transformers.
So it's just we're humans trying to sneak past the Diakron to get the intel
generic.
To get the intel for the Diakron, and it's a computer that you have to press next to it.
That sounds good to me.
Or in front of it, or whatever.
Yeah, it's almost as generic as the property was back in the day, because it wasn't really.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't expansive. It was very. It was a snapshot in time, and it didn't last very long before Transformers took over.
We used to have them back here behind us. If you're watching this, right? Tons of games. There's probably how many board games over there? You know what I'm saying?
Like 30.
30 board games, and some of those are just generic and weird, and the rules are like what?
It's kind of crazy. It's like they just have a basic game where they get the license and they just make a basic game around it.
Right now, yeah.
And you just walk around like the Alf game where you have to get the cat, and it's like a little cardboard piece, right? And you just Alpha's walking around, and then like the next door neighbor, you know, is just walking around. And she's just like a thing that moves around, and it's literally just a generic
That's what I'm saying.
board game.
All right, so generic. It's good. I like
generic,
it.
So don't wake the Diakron.
Don't wake the Diakron. Okay, it sounds good to me.
I like it.
All right.
Another one in the books.
We got to do a let's do a thumbnail. You want to do a little quick still of a thumbnail?
Yep. I'm gonna take those off the screen because that ruined me last time, please.
Oh,
So
it was no good. It was no good. All right.
Yep. Let's turn yours off. All right.
So I'm gonna be holding it. Like
I'm holding mine by.
I'm gonna hold like that.
Yeah. You get this behind the scenes thumbnail action. I'm gonna get these out of the frame.
How about like that?
Get this out of the frame.
How about like that?
You're gonna hold yours like that? It's a board game.
It's a board game. Yeah.
Okay, I can probably get that. Yeah, we can have these guys.
I don't know where to go.
They can join.
You'll
they can have fun.
out. Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm gonna be holding mine by the top.
Good. We got it. Good job. All right. That is gonna do it. Thank you everybody for watching.
Yep.
We love that you watch us. It's fun.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of these things. Leave comments and get to us at Retro Squad on every single social thing that is existing in the world.
Do you want to see Don't Wake the Diakron? Do you want to play Don't Wake the Diakron?
Then make it for us. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We
could take this stuff. We could make some rules eventually, or
we should make it.
Maybe somebody can make rules and we can get these games mocked
Apply
up.
it.
We can maybe play this stuff.
That's good.
Cool stuff.
I like it.
We like you. Thanks. We appreciate you, and your 80s-ness is showing.
Oh, you better button that up. All right, bye.
Later.